Hey, Secondary 2 Math Project, this is Coach Cypher with your daily dose of math mastery. So, yesterday's question, how was it? How are you, by the way? Yesterday's question was pretty irritating. I don't like this kind of questions, but it's a very good and very easy way to solve it if you know how to, which I'm going to share with you right now. So, the question yesterday was 5 pumps working together can fill a swimming pool completely in how long? 30 minutes. If one of the pumps is out of order, find how much longer it would take for the remaining pumps to fill the pool completely. Now the answer is 7 minutes and 30 seconds. And if you got it right, you know what I'm going to do right now. Just raise your hands up. Imagine I'm there. You are a math prodigy. Good job. All right. 7 minutes, 30 seconds. Now, let me share with you that there are two ways to do this. One is the inverse proportion way, and the other is actually a shortcut, which I can actually teach you, and you can easily save a lot of time by, okay? But you have to understand the method. Okay, the first method is, of course, inverse proportion. Why do we know that this is inverse? Why? Because just imagine 5 pumps working together. The more pumps you have, the more water is going to come out of that pumps in the span of 30 minutes. If you have one less pump, what's going to happen? It's going to take you longer. So in this case, when you have more pumps, you're going to have what? You're going to have less time. And hence, this is what we call inverse. In other words, in the Malay, people call it terbalik, or, it's the other way around. It's lopsided, However, if let's say if this is more pumps equals more time, what does it mean? That means it is direct proportion. But in this case, it is inverse proportion. So what we have to do is we have to understand that the key, or what I call the K, the key, is somehow related to this P and T in an inverse proportion way. So the question is, what is here and what is here? So all you have to understand is that we are looking for the amount of what? We are looking for the pumps, the number of pumps, right? So pumps equals to K over T. Understand now or not? You understand how it works? P equals to K over T. Now I bet you're probably asking yourself, why is it not T equals to K over P? Which is a very good question. Okay, this is a very good question. To you is, does it matter? I mean, take a look at this other way. If you is P equals to K over T, isn't it the same as P equals to K, T equals to K over P? Since it's cross multiplied, I mean, it's not cross multiplied, it's exchange, it's actually the same. Okay, just to give you an idea, if P was, okay, I'm just going to do the question first, then I'm going to explain to you how it works, alright? So, it's actually the same, just remember that it's the same, and right now I'm going to do the working for you, okay? Look here. Let's just say P equals to K over T, when T equals to 30 here, right? And P equals to how many? 5. So you just plug it in. 5 equals to K over T, which is 30. And you will see that K equals to 30 times 5, 5 times 30, which is 150. So the thing is, the K is actually equals to 150. Therefore, you must remember to do this. Therefore, P equals to 150, 150 over T. Now, does it make a difference if we say T equals to K over P? Let's try this. So we change the T to 30 here, and K over 5, and K still equals to 150. And hence, T equals to 150 over P. Does it make a difference? No, it does not. Okay, so don't worry. Just make sure that you plug it in this correct order. Okay, in this order. As long as it's K over something, it's good. Okay, so the first step is to do that. P equals to 150 over T. The next step is for you to just plug it in. The question is, when one of the pumps is out of order, that means 5 minus 1 pump. When P equals to 4, plug it in again. It's actually, you plug it into the equation of P equals to K over T. Sorry, P equals 150 over T, right? You will have yourself 4 equals to 150 divided by T. You cross multiply and you have T equals to 150 divided by 4, which is equals to 37.5 minutes. If you got it right, give yourself a high five. You are a math prodigy. Good job. And therefore, this is not the answer, yeah? The answer is actually 37.5 minus 30 because they're asking for how much longer. And so the answer is 7.5 minutes. Good job. Okay? So this is method number 1. Method number 2 is a bit different, but it's actually pretty fast. Okay? You do this that way. Let me show you how to do it. Okay? The first thing you must understand is number of pump minutes required to fill the pool. In other words, in 5 pumps, how many minutes would it take? 30 minutes, right? That means each pump is running at how long? 30 minutes as well. So number of pump units, let's call it pump units, yeah? Number of pump minutes, sorry. Having a cold here, excuse me. It's actually equals to 5 times 30, which equals to 150 minutes, pump minutes. Now, let the time taken when 4 pumps are working, we don't know it, right? So we just put it as T. We see that it's time equals to T, equals to, 4T. So 4T, because there are only 4 pumps, equals to the same number of pump minutes, because that actually gives you the amount of water required. So 4T equals to 150, and you find out that T is actually equals to what? 37.5 minutes. In other words, each pump has to pump 37.5 minutes, and hence you still get the same answer of 7.5 minutes longer to fill the pool. And hence, that is the second method, much faster. And if you don't get it, you can always ask me again. I think you can understand it very easily because we do it in a very different fashion here, but it's pretty understandable. Pump minutes, in other words, how long does it take? How many minutes does it take for all the pumps to fill up the whole thing? And hence, it's 150. If there are 4 pumps, it's going to be divided by 4. Simple. Okay? Now, good job. You're a math prodigy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the next step, the next question for the day. The next question for the day is actually pretty simple again. I want to test you on a different kind of proportion, okay? It says on a map, a rectangle whose length is 4 cm and breadth is 2.5 cm represents an actual area of 1.6 kilometers squared. Find the scale of the map in the form of 1:n. So that is your question for the day. Do it, get it right, and tomorrow I'll see you. Remember, quote of the week, victory loves preparation. Victory loves what? Victory loves preparation. You gotta prepare, because so that by the time you enter the exam hall, what happens is you are gonna get so prepared that it becomes automatic for you to get your A's and your A1s. Alright? With that, you are a math prodigy. Good job!